We're back, everybody. Continue your story, Boss Saito. And the only motive Saito's probably going to give us is, it was fun. I enjoyed it. Saito spoke with grace and no sign of remorse. I was trying to keep my anger from boiling over and kept asking him questions. Why didn't the sink victims resist after waking? That's what I want to know. Did he drug them before sinking?
The prototype sink machine has a special feature. It administers a strong dose of sedatives to the original body, and a stimulant to the host after a sink. That kept them docile.
Okay, well, that answers all those questions. Why did you take out the victim's eyes?
You know all about the prototype sink machine, don't you? That should explain it.
I knew. The prototype sink machine differed from the one at Abyss in a few key ways. The machine at Abyss is more sophisticated. Nano cables from the sink gear enter through the gap between the eyeball and the socket. Oh! Shit! So, she had to remove the left eye in order for the sink machine to actually go into the brain.
Oh.
That is why they removed the eye. And because she never synced with Ota, that's why they didn't remove his eye. They then traveled down the optic nerve canal to the brain. But the prototype sync machine isn't so advanced. To perform a sync, you need to go directly into the brain. You need to remove the left eye, manually. The subject and the sinker have to remove their eye from the socket. Otherwise, the cables cannot enter the brain. Of course, even with the eye removed, severing the connection to the brain isn't necessary. The extracted eyeball still has the optic nerve and blood vessels connected. After a sync, the eye is supposed to be placed back into the socket. It's supposed to be safe. Side effects are rare. Unless the nerve or blood vessels are damaged somehow, replacing the eyeball isn't too difficult. But they were missing their eyes straight up.
Of course, I don't really care about eyes.
That was Rohan's gig.
I don't need them. All I cared about was exchanging bodies with the sink. And for that, I needed to remove the left eye.
Yeah, you needed to take it. You needed to dislocate it. You didn't need to extract it and remove it completely.
Why didn't you just put the eyes back when you were done?
That's obvious. Once I was finished transferring into a new body, the old one was of no concern to me. Why would I bother replacing the eye? I was just going to get rid of it anyway.
Oh, so then I wonder. Did she eat or did he eat Shoko's eyeball in Renju's body? Or did he place it in there after the fact? If it was already in the digestive tract, I find it hard to believe that he could just put it in there through the mouth manually. Where are the eyeballs that you removed?
Shoko's is in Renju. Renju's is in Iris.
So they did eat them.
Iris's is in Dad. Dad's is in Boss.
Why?
Their stomachs, I mean.
You sick bastard.
Yes, I ate them.
Well, that answers the question.
Immediately after exchanging personalities.
How horrible.
Why'd you display the bodies like you did?
To harass you. I wanted to bring out the hatred in you.
Hatred.
That's why I called Mizuki to Bloom Park. That's why I streamed Iris's murder. Because they were important to you, weren't they? I wanted you to feel cornered, trapped. I wanted to punish you, Kaname Date.
I still think, you know what the best plot twist would have been?
What?
Is if friggin' you could get the super secret ending where the Sync murderer is Inspector Kagami and he wanted to punish us for never learning his name. Like a joke ending.
That would have been a really good joke ending.
Like the
That
Silent
would have been
Hill,
so
like the
good.
Silent Hill UFO dog ending.
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking, like the dog ending.
My name is Kagami. But what's your motive, Saito?
Homicide is my hobby. I have a tenacity for it, what can I say? Of course, it was also necessary to make sure people kept their mouths shut. If I took over someone's body, they would know about my crimes. I couldn't risk them reporting me, so I killed them. It was also a matter of revenge. Against you. It's personal. That's why I chose people close to you as targets. Well, except for my father, of course. That was personal to me, but don't ask. It's embarrassing.
I'm gonna ask. Revenge against me? Why?
This series of murders was like a journey for me. You know, traveling through bodies to finally reach the end. That's the thing about traveling. You always wind up in the same place, don't you? Where do you think that is? Your home. A trip is only complete once you return home.
That's why fucking Pewter is probably in on all of this. So Pewter's probably gonna gas us so Boss can get into us.
The same goes for me.
Unfortunate.
When I return home, my travels will come to an end. So I'll be needing it back. My body.
What?
You stole my body. You took it from me 6 years ago.
Called it.
That's why I want revenge.
What are you talking about?
You have no idea what it was like inside my own head. I miss it. I miss my brain, Date. No matter how many people I killed, it never worked.
Yeah, friggin' he doesn't have that unique idiosyncrasy, or rather, none of the people he inhabited had the unique idiosyncrasy to give unusually large amounts of dopamine for murder.
I never felt happy. I feel miserable.
You mean?
He was born with a brain dysfunction. Due to damage to the posterior pituitary gland, he was unable to properly secrete oxytocin.
Oh, that's right. My old body. How are you finding it, Date?
But we've been happy. We have porn. This body is yours?
That's what I've been telling you!
But I don't have the same oxytocin deficiency you did.
That is because I regularly supplement it.
Oh. It all makes sense now. That's why we're missing our left eye. Because whatever whatever body he swapped us with ate it, probably. Or we was just never found after the sink incident.
Knows.
But that's why Pewter gave us
I
Iba.
like it.
And that's what Iba meant by the medication.
Oh, dang.
They must have increased your dosage too much.
No, but the person who had this disorder was number 89. The original Cyclops killer.
That is what I believed as well, but we must have misunderstood. Pewter did not specify who exactly was imprisoned, only that one of the original culprits responsible was currently in prison.
That's strange. That would mean number 89 is the previous chairman, Rohan.
But he's not juiced.
That must be it. Rohan is a parasite inside number 89's brain.
Oh, that makes sense then.
Pewter must have known that.
So number 89 has the mind of Rohan Kumakura. Number 89 must have been our brain. But that's why Rohan's body charged in with Boss.
No way.
Like I thought. I was confused. I didn't understand any of it.
Let us determine the specifics using Saito as our starting point. Whose brain was he in before Boss?
So Sejima.
And before So?
Iris. And before that, Renju. And before that, Shoko.
And before Shoko?
Whose body were you in before Shoko?
I was a parasite inside Rohan's brain 6 years ago until last year.
Ah, told you. That's why he changed, man. The whole left eye shenanigans. That's why he changed, man.
I'd lost most of my memories. I was a shell of a man. They housed me in a special hospital, but I still had those fragments of my mind left, just as I explained earlier.
Yep, I thought
From
so.
a single piece, you can recreate the whole. I took my time, slowly regaining my memories. 1 year ago, I remembered everything. I left the hospital and immediately sought out Shoko Nadami. I got her body, and she was in Rohan's.
And that's why she killed himself. She killed herself.
When she saw herself in the mirror, she lost her mind. She was confused, panicking, running up the emergency staircase, and then...
Splat.
That's why Rohan committed suicide.
After that, I spent a year perfecting my plan, using Shoko's body. I spied on you all this time. That's why I know everything about you.
Who were you before Rohan?
In there, in that body you are operating right now, in that skull, my personality lived there.
Wait, hold on. If what you're saying is true, what about my personality?
It was in Rohan.
I'm not Rohan!
I think you are, bro.
Correct. It is just as he explained earlier. Number 89 was in Rohan's body. In other words...
That's my real...
Called it. Falco's our real body. Yeah, friggin', I wish some of this would have come as a shock to me, but I already figured it all out. Keep talking.
Sorry, but time's up. I want my body back. It's quite simple. Sync with me and stay inside my mind for more than 6 minutes.
And if I refuse?
I know that you won't. I know it.
Huh?
Somebody's got Mitsuki.
Date, look! This is streaming live!
That's not good.
Damn you!
If you give me back my body, I will give you the location. Oh, and of course, it isn't the chemical plant in the Kawasaki district.
Iva, where's the source?
It is being routed through numerous IPs. I cannot identify the source.
Pewter, contact headquarters, now!
Got it!
Now, what will you do? Will you agree to my request?
What should we do?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't she not have Iris anymore?
That's true. But what does that have to do with this?
Mm,
Like, what do
I
those
mean,
what do those two things have to do with one another?
well, if Iris isn't depending on her anymore, I probably wouldn't do it.
Huh? I'm not seeing your connection here.
Hitomi, right?
Yeah.
The mom?
Yeah.
Iris's mom?
Yeah.
Iris is no longer there.
Yeah.
Mom sad?
Yeah.
Then I probably wouldn't think.
Why not?
What?
Why not?
I think it would be bad if he got his own body back.
Well, I made a save, so we're gonna choose both options, but the reason to do it is Hitomi is the one that Kaname Date / number 89 fell in love with.
I mean, does he remember that right now?
It's coming back to him. I mean, I'm gonna start with not doing it, but
Date, I'm hurt. You care about what happens to her.
I'm not doing it.
Do you understand the gravity
I wouldn't do it.
of this situation? A bomb is strapped to her body.
Numerous bombs.
You're too stubborn. Or maybe you're just cold-hearted. You want to see what will happen when her flesh burns and tears and scatters? If you aren't quick, you'll see the whole thing. You know I'm not bluffing, don't you?
I didn't agree, no matter how many times he demanded it of me. I refused again and again. And then he told me went kersplat. And when I saw it, I understood. Boss's body rolled in the corner of the room. I didn't want to think anymore. Anything. Nothing. I closed my eyes and ran my palm across my face. I could taste blood. Bado endo. We did it! Let Hitomi die ending achieved!
Add end to the dawn.
Okay. Meet you guys back at the church. Alright. Take your fucking body back.
Date!
See, I knew you wouldn't refuse. I know you well, don't I, Date?
It's because the game told me I have to.
I did it. I did it. I'm back. I got it all back.
Hey, where's Hitomi?
All right. I'll tell you as promised. Boss's house. However, it might be too late by now.
What? Why?
Return my body and I'll tell you the location.
That was the deal, I guess.
That's what I said. I didn't lie. I kept my promise.
You bastard!
You're the one who injured that body. It's your own fault, really.
Damn it!
Be seeing you.
Get him, Iba! Good job, Iba.
Date, are you alright?
No! Iva's voice barely resonated. My eyesight was hazy, a heap of broken images. Sweat was building on my palms. I felt it like my throat was closing up, and I was struggling for breath. In my ears, the rushing blood of my heartbeat was the only sound.
Everyone's dead.
Shoko, Renju, Iris, Ota, Hitomi, Boss. The flesh remains, the mind is lost.
I couldn't do anything. Saito had me right where he wanted me. Nothing. Nothing.
We saved no one. We solved
Parallel
nothing.
worlds exist.
The words suddenly echoed in my head. I couldn't remember who, or where, or why. But I thought that if there really was such a world, then me, in that world, I is another.
Could I have had a better future?
I prayed that I could. I felt my consciousness sink into a black abyss. Boss's route end? Annihilation route end. Jesus.
Nothing else you could really call it.
I mean, if I can guess. I don't know, like, just seeing what they called it, it makes it hit a little harder.
Yeah.
Like, they could have called it Boss's route end or Saito route end. Like, fucking... That reminds me of the Annihilation ending in Hyperdimension Neptunia V, where Nepgear had to kill all the CPUs and all the little sisters to power up the sword strong enough to defeat the super evil. And so, yeah, she initially didn't want to do it, but, you know, she killed a couple of them incredibly hesitantly, but, like, the more she killed him to power up the sword, the more lost she got, and she just started feeling nothing. And at the end of it, she was the only ruler, the only goddess of game industry. She killed Uni, she killed Ram and Ram, she killed Vert, she killed Blanc, and then she ended up killing Neptune as well. Because the sword needed the Bower. Next time, everybody. Next time.